Hey, what's up, everyone out there in TV land? My name's John Devilman, and I'm gassy.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
I guess. Cheers. Fuck it.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Hey.
Welcome to the Iconoblast podcast. This is the show that takes a look behind the public facades of famous icons to show you why you can never take anything at face value. My name is Cooper, and sitting across from me, as always, is Joel R. Benner, but today we are joined by a very special third guest.
Yes, we are.
Oh.
We are joined by someone who requires no introduction.
So we don't need to have one.
You,
Great.
You all know,
Moving
you all know
on.
exactly who he is, and we're moving on to the sponsor today. Now,
Great.
Iconoblast. We put the past on blast. Hit 'em with the truth, with things you never knew. Nobody is safe, no thing to place. Got Joel and Coop with history in your face. Iconoblast.
presented by ghostbed.com. Today we've got John Devilman in the studio.
Yeah.
So many things that he does that it's hard to really list all of them out. Comic book artist, tattoo artist, actor, Adonis.
Ooh, keep it coming.
Sex symbol.
That's true. Unfortunately, it's like a bad symbol, like the sign of the devil.
Possessor of wonderful hair. There, plenty of things that we can...
Corrupter of air. You'll
Yeah.
see, as you'll find out later on in the podcast.
So, but no, for real though, your tattoos are fucking amazing.
Thanks.
yeah, Joel
Your-
just got
your
one
work
for me
and-
today.
Yeah, I did. Thanks for the tattoo.
Oh,
by the
yeah,
way.
yeah. Do you know,
Yeah.
I've already forgotten about it. I mean,
Yeah, I did too.
it's that's crazy.
It's real small, you know.
Yeah, we gave him a cute little tattoo on his chest. That means I exist.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Yeah. So, do you have where can people see your tattoo work and stuff?
For my tattoos, I actually, on my Instagram, it's at tattoos by John Devilman, I think. Yeah.
Okay. We'll
Never
find out-
update it, because I don't like giving tattoos very often. So it has to be, that's a really good advertisement for me.
No, it was excellent. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
better
he
than-
doesn't want to because he's really fucking good at it.
Because
and-
there's so much...
So,
There's so much other stuff that I'd like to do.
like what?
Like the acting. I love the acting stuff. I love the writing, the comic book stuff, and creating like the I'm going to have Joel, I'm going to force him to be the director of photography for one of my projects called The Space Vikings versus Dracula and the Moonmen.
Yes.
And there's no one I want on it more than him.
I'll do it for tattoos.
Oh yeah, I'm sweet with that.
Okay.
Oh fuck yes.
Yeah.
Well, like, what's the going rate? One per day?
Yeah,
One
If
total?
it's- we have to
if
negotiate
it's
that.
small stuff like that, yeah, one per day.
No,
problem.
Oh,
no.
It's
You'd
like
be making out like
How
a
m-
bandit there.
yeah.
Hey,
My
we'll figure
work-
it out.
My quality of work is worth your quality of tattoo.
At one time, you were Entertainment's top 50 DPs to watch out
Top
for.
10
Oh.
Well,
in Variety.
Top 11 from what I recall.
No, that was the top DPs to watch on Instagram.
But-
in Variety, I was top 10 DPs to watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did I never see that article?
Do you,
Oh, 'cause I don't
you
give a
don't
shit.
give a shit about Variety.
The funny thing is, he's more of a DP on the bottom.
I'm a power bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually established that earlier on the show,
Mm-hmm.
power bottom, but I don't know if we actually effectively defined what the power bottom is.
Yeah. I don't,
So we haven't had a specialist on the show
what
yet.
do you think the power bottom is?
Well, I think it's like the power, which is being able to really work it. Remember I was talking about
That's
that
what
pa-
I thought it was. Like
It's-
being powerful from the bottom.
So I know that I do my best work from the bottom. Not to divulge too much, but...
But not from the back.
No.
Because the big debate was a power bottom means you're good at taking it from behind.
Well, in most circles, yeah, I believe that's how it's supposed to be noted.
Well, I mean, that's what I thought it was too, but...
I always thought it just meant you were powerful when you're on bottom.
I think
Well,
it's
that
kind of, you know,
locks
like...
you into one position.
No, there's lots of positions, but someone's always on bottom.
There's reverse cowgirl. There's just like the straight, almost like reverse missionary. It's a lot
Yeah,
of
sitting
reverses.
down in
Yeah,
a
true.
chair.
I mean, those are all just kind
on
of
the ground.
variations of some of the...
No,
some
you
of the
can-
well, what about doggy style? Does that mean as soon as you go doggy style, you're no longer a power bottom?
Yeah,
The person in front could be
'Cause that
the
would
the
be
power
like
person
a-
in front would be the power
power
bottom.
bottom. Like if they're just backing it up and whoa, hey.
Okay, yeah, that I can get.
Yeah.
So it's still no matter what the person taking it.
So no, it's the person on bottom.
Now imagine
So if I'm on bottom on my back and she's on top, I'm the power bottom now.
if he's the one just like doing all the work, and she's just
Just on there, just riding it.
writhing
I'm
in
the-
pleasure, like unadulterated pleasure, sweating,
at-
glistening.
As
her
they
brow.
do, yeah.
Yeah, I'd win this one. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But then he would be
The power
using
bottom.
the power.
So wait, as soon as you switch to mercenary, you're no longer a power bottom.
No, you are if you're on bottom. Whoever's on bottom, if they're
Yeah.
doing the work, they're the power bottom.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
then why
what.
would-
It doesn't
why-
matter who's the innie or the outie. It's just a matter of who's on bottom and who's using the force. Who's doing the work?
I'm still a little lost because then, I mean, I would think that a power bottom and power top would be interchangeable
Depends on depending on the
terms, depending on what
on
position
the
you're in.
position and who's
Could
in
be.
charge.
But it doesn't signify like what,
It doesn't signify what's going in what by who,
which I would think that that'd be like more of a.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a little bit more important to define going into a relationship. It's like, all right, well, what?
Basically,
well, you
you're
can talk
saying
about that with your significant
partner,
other. The personal, like which
no
hole.
one, no one wants to admit they're lazy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, yeah, I just like to lie there,
Starfish.
have you do all the work.
Starfish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Starfish. I have gotten it from a very reliable source that Leonardo Dicaprio is a starfish.
Mm-hmm.
Lays back. I mean, if you're Leonardo DiCaprio, you don't need to do anything.
He fucking looks like one, eh? Now that I fucking think of that cunt. That fucking
No,
rich.
He's doing then. He's doing God's work out there.
Yeah, no,
on
he's
his
healing.
boat.
He's healing the planet. You know?
Yeah, no, from a
planet.
from a very reliable source, we heard that his whole thing is he'll take a bunch of women out onto his yacht, out onto the ocean,
Fuck all of
and then he'll just kind of
He doesn't. He starfishes though.
lay back in a bed, sit there and scroll through his phone. I mean, Hugh Hefner did the same thing. There was Playboy bunnies that talked about how it was almost like it was more of I don't even want to say it was an experience. It was just kind of something like, all right, it's
Who wants to fuck Hugh?
who's taking the turn with Hef tonight. And he would take his Viagra, and he would just lay back in bed, and then each one would go up and take their turn for a little while, and then, I mean, he'd probably fall asleep halfway through. Because, I mean, when you've been doing it for that long, for him, it's probably charity for him, where he's like, I could
fuck you.
fucking do this again, just so, it's like
It's
the
work.
next level of meeting a celebrity.
That is sad. I'm glad I never get to have sex because when I do, I appreciate it and I put the fucking work. I'm power top and bottom. I do whatever I fucking can.
That's I think it was a comedian or something that I saw talking about this recently, or maybe it was a podcast that I was listening to, where this girl asked a guy like, "What's going through a guy's head when they're having sex?" And he just responded like, oh, "Holy shit, I'm having
Oh my
sex!
God! Yeah, yeah.
I'm doing it."
Wow, look at me, Ma. I mean, no, turn away. Close the fucking door.
But yeah, I mean, I'd say that's guys like Leonardo DiCaprio. What's even the point once you get to that level if it's just like you're just going to be
Love, Coop. Love.
okay?
So you're a power top and
that.
bottom.
See,
I
but I
like
think
to
it's
call
fluid.
myself a power bottom. What about you, Coop? You're like a. What's the opposite of power?
Meekness?
What's the
Meekness?
Meekness?
what's the next level?
Meeky bottoms?
What's the next level below a starfish where you want to be a power top or power bottom, but you're just so fucking tired all the time that you just don't have it in you?
What's that fucking fish? Oh man, it looks like the derpiest fish. It's got the big nose and the mouth. Oh
Parrotfish?
no! Oh fuck!
Dork-
Someone.
Was it the
hopefully watched.
dorkfish? Somebody
Yeah.
watching on YouTube right now. Drop it in the chat.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh god, what am I thinking of? They make fun of this fish all the time. It has the biggest nose, these little black eyes, and it just looks like it's going.
I want to say it's no, it can't be called a dorkfish. I'm sure there's a fish that's called a dorkfish though, but I can't remember what
If
it looks
any
like.
fish is called a dorkfish, it's
it
this
should
one.
be
It's
the
this
one that you're describing because
Yeah.
that sounds like a fucking
Yeah,
dorkfish.
yeah. They make fun of this poor fish all the time.
Okay, well that's it. On dating apps, that's what I would describe myself as.
Oh,
It's okay.
That's cute.
but the mustache rides.
Oh no!
Oh.
When it comes to mustache rides,
That's different. He goes all night.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's good.
you
Trust me.
just got to be careful because it
Colonel
eventually.
Angus.
He doesn't care if it's an innie or an outie. He'll go all night on that thing.
it should be shared with everybody.
Yeah.
If you're going to be blessed with Sam
Pay it
Elliott
forward.
style mustache, then you
And a smooth voice.
you
so.
share it with the world.
You know,
Yeah.
something that I've been trying out recently is that someone confided in me that if you make moan sounds, like you really, like it's tasting good.
Oh.
Yeah, that it will then vibrate your mouth and add an extra bit of pleasure. I don't know if that's true, but I've been doing it, and it
Coop just recites the alphabet.
just recites it, just says it.
No, I don't even.
You sit on his face and he just.
I don't even come into physical contact. I just get real close.
Stare at it.
B, C,
mustache.
D. It's probably where
Works so far.
Yeah.
Well, I mean the 1.5 occasions that I've been able to try it out. Yeah, sure. It didn't go
You
well.
work too
but-
hard. Yeah.
You want to know a really good place to
Give a mustache ride.
to give a mustache ride?
Back of a Volkswagen.
On a ghost bed.
Oh, solid.
transition.
Very good.
Iconoblast Podcast is brought to you by ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros. Ghostbed has been a loyal sponsor of the Drinkin' Bros for
Nailed it.
5 years now, and everyone here in the studio loves them. And John is actually going to get to take his first ride on a ghost bed after
Hell
the
to
after the
yes.
episode's over.
So looking forward to
And
it.
if you play your cards right, it'll be a mustache ride.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
from Joel's mustache,
No.
it costs money to go on this ride. Ghostbed makes high-quality mattresses right here in the good old USA, and each mattress comes with a 20-year warranty. You can try a Ghostbed mattress for 101 nights, and if you're not completely satisfied, you can return it, no questions asked. Their mattresses and pillows have a cooling technology to keep you cool even on those hot, sweaty nights when you're giving out those mustache rides. Ghostbed also offers an adjustable base that's best in class and costs less than the competition. The adjustable base has 15 massage modes, 0 gravity, and tons of other great features. You can buy a mattress for about $35 a month, and they have no money down, 0% APR financing. Right now, Ghostbed is offering a flash sale where you can get 40% off when you buy a mattress and adjustable base, or 30% off of everything when you use the promo code DrinkinBros. Head over to ghostbed.com/DrinkinBros to take advantage of all their awesome deals. That's ghostbed.com/DrinkinBros. Ghostbed. Sleep so good, it's scary.
But you don't believe in ghosts.
I believe in Ghostbed, though. The owner of the company actually came in to visit the network and came in here to the studio. I think he was a guest on Drinkin' Bros, wasn't he?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was cool.
Jesse and Tiffany on Drinkin' Broettes, they kind of got a crush on him. They were saying that he did not look the way that they expected, or Jesse was saying that he did not look the way that she expected him to look.
Attractive man making beds. That's interesting.
Well, you know how Jesse is.
Imagine that.
She called him he was a daddy. So,
A daddy.
so good for him.
Oh, daddy. Yeah. What do you think about that? An attractive guy making beds.
I think you have to stop doing that.
Do
right
what
now, what you're doing.
Do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
I can guarantee he never starfishes.
Fuck no.
Well, maybe he does. That's why the bed
That's why
vibrates
the
and
bed's
has all
so
the
good.
adjustments.
Holy shit! If you're gonna starfish,
Wow.
Do it on a ghost
Do it
bed.
Do it on a ghost bed. Leonardo Dicaprio. We're
That-
just calling you
Leo,
out.
you need a
buy
ghost
yourself,
bed.
Buy
Yeah.
yourself a ghost bed.
Yeah.
yeah. I think that I'm gonna adjust the ad read that we've got to add that in there because
Yeah, that's pretty good. If
If
you
I
like
heard
the
that,
starfish,
if I heard that, I'd buy ghost beds for everybody that I know.
Dissatisfactory lover in the bedroom. We'll tell you what can spice up that love life. Get yourself a ghost bed. Ghost bed. When you're bad at giving head.
Ghost
ghost
bed.
bed / starfish.
Enter your discount code now.
Ghost bed. It takes care of 90% of the work.
Ooh, yeah.
So we've got a bit of an interesting episode to go through today because this is the first episode since we started doing the show that I haven't written myself.
Oh yeah.
Joel
I
actually
wrote it.
wrote this episode.
I didn't know you can
Which-
read.
Well, I did some research on it. I didn't write anything. I actually found a letter. Let's tell the truth here.
Okay, yeah, this is another one of those letters that Joel got from his unnamed sources that get him all of these.
Well, I actually got
these
that one
ancient
myself because I
documents.
went to Macedonia and I went to the castle and I found the letter just like hanging out there.
It was just laying on
Well,
the ground.
I
and
lifted up a rock and it was.
Oh,
under the rock.
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But it was actually there.
But this is actually about a place that you honestly went to. You just came back from recently.
Yeah.
That
I
was-
walked around the castle and I fucking loved it.
It was built by a person
called
named Samuel Tzar.
Yeah, Samuel's Fortress is what it's called. There's even a sign. He's the best and the worst.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like we've talked about on the show before, you can't apply modern morals to people in history because everybody was fucking terrible at some point.
Yeah, true. Yeah. He did a lot of crazy shit. But his people loved him, but his enemies were terrified of him.
That's me. That's how you should have introduced me. I'm fucking disappointed in you boys.
John Devilman.
Well, why do you think I want you to play him?
Oh, yeah, cool, yeah.
Yeah,
There we go.
Yeah, that would be good. It's true. Adored by his subjects, feared by his enemies.
That's right.
So I found this letter, and I thought it would be interesting if we had Devilman actually read the letter. And if you want, you could do it.
Yeah, Just crack it open. This is the Drinking Bros. Well, this is the Iconoblast podcast, but we're on the Drinking Bros network, so yeah, we crack drinks open all the time here.
Trying to taste this little Waterloo strawberry. Never had this before.
Mixed with a little
Well, I'm
Tito's.
gonna try before it makes it ruin a bunch of Tito's, but I may not like it.
So yeah, this guy Samuel built this castle himself.
With his own bare hands.
Yeah, he actually
did
built it.
not use slave labor like the fucking
Well, he had some help,
goddamn
probably.
Great Wall of China or the ancient Egyptian, which, by the way, we were talking about it before the show. Pyramids of Giza weren't built by slaves. That was actually all professional labor. They were paid laborers that built the pyramids of Giza. And there was also a whole bunch
Are you
of
lying?
graffiti. No, dead serious. Great Wall of China, yes, built by slaves. Pyramids of Giza, no, that was actually built by paid laborers. I kind of doubt they were paid well.
Nah, of course not.
But you give somebody one. What were they using back then? Fucking shekels or some shit. You pay them one of those a day, and yeah, 1 rupee per day.
So anyway, will you play this character?
Oh, I'd love to.
Okay, cool.
So John Devilman is going to be playing the role of Samuel, right? And I'm going to give you a short little intro, and then you actually have the first dialogue of the show.
Okay.
You ready for it? This is going to be number
You tell
one.
me when to do this, because I haven't read this yet. This is...
Yeah, that's
part of the fun. Yeah,
one of the
for
fun
me.
things. I briefly
Every letter
went
that I
through
find,
this.
I make Coop read for the first time. Because what happens is I find an ancient letter and I transcribe it into English, and then I make him read it for the first time.
I also don't know what the Macedonian accent is like, so I'm going to butcher it.
It's
No.
No, I'd say ideally just do whatever feels right.
Yeah, let me tell you about Samuel though.
Oh, yeah.
In my mind, after my research and stuff,
He built a fucking castle with his bare hands.
he was known for he was massive, powerful.
Fuck yes. I see now why you have me play. There he is. Did you hear him?
Like,
I think you just found him.
yeah, that was him. Yeah. So by the end of my research, he was somewhere like Andre the Giant to me. So he was super kind to his friends, but he could kill anybody, and nobody could kill him. And he also killed a lot of people. So he has that mentality of like, nothing phases him,
Yeah.
but something will phase him.
Oh, no.
And there's a special surprise about his anatomy that we find out at the very, very end of the episode.
Yeah,
He had gout.
Most
probably,
likely, but
that's not the surprise.
gout, rickets. Probably, maybe no. Chlamydia wasn't there yet because chlamydia was brought back from
By
the
him.
Americas. No,
Just stirred it in a pot. Here you go, my people. Welcome, chlamydia.
yeah, chlamydia was actually brought to Europe by Christopher Columbus and his crew.
Good on that cunt.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. Yeah, he discovered a lot of things. So here we go. A letter written by Samuel Tzar, Emperor of Bulgaria, after the Battle of Clydion, moments before his death, year 1010, translated by Joel Benner.
You goddamn son of a bitch! You bastard! You no good betrayer! Backstabbing, boil dripping beef fuck! I hope the gods damn you to hell and back again! And then back to hell again!
What the fuck?
What? Where am I?
Are you okay?
John?
Yeah, it's
John?
me.
Okay.
Are you back?
You okay?
Where did you go?
Why am I? Where's my shirt?
Okay, this is going to be an interesting episode.
Basil II, also known as Basil the Bulgar Slayer, was the Byzantine Emperor for almost 50 years and was the arch nemesis of Samuel Tzar.
That's who he was yelling at.
Fuck that piece of shit.
Samuel would slaughter the Byzantines and Basil would slaughter the Bulgarians. Both men spent most of their lives at war fighting each other. But this was the end of that conflict, and shortly after Samuel's death, the end of the Bulgarian Empire. The Byzantine Empire, also known as Byzantium, the Eastern Roman Empire, or the shitty Roman Empire, that was one of my additions because fuck the Eastern Roman Empire. That was the boring Roman Empire.
Super boring. I always fast forward that season.
That was a worse season of
Worst
Rome.
season.
Was the continuation of the Roman Empire and its eastern provinces. Its capital city was Constantinople, named after its first emperor, Constantine the Great. It survived the fall of the objectively cooler Western Roman Empire in 476 BC and endured 1,000 years of invasions and civil wars until it finally fell to the Ottomans in 1453 while under the control of Constantine the Not-So-Great. So East or West Roman Empire, which is better?
Oh yeah, definitely the other one that you.
The
like.
one that I said,
the
West
one that you
Roman
said.
Empire. Yeah,
The Western one was cooler, but the Eastern one lasted longer. right?
I mean, they didn't even keep the name Constantinople.
Constantinople got the works. That's
It's
nobody's business
but the Turks.
So I got to remember to remove that line later in the episode because I wrote that directly into it. No, that's good though. I probably won't remember because, as I mentioned earlier, I've been day drinking a little bit today.
Knowing you had to do a podcast with me as a guest, I don't blame you.
I do this show once a week with Joel, and I still do some day drinking before I come in.
I'm not much better. That's what he's trying to say.
It's the Drinking Bros Network. Like I said, it's contractually obligated.
Yeah, sign me up. Where's the application?
Apparently, you're just kind of selected.
That might be me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was us, to be perfectly honest.
No, I'm not. Honestly, okay, just to take a break from the regular podcast for a moment.
Please do.
I've already told you, listening to the podcast, it's quite enjoyable.
You like it?
I told you, you guys have a camaraderie that a lot of these people need to have a successful podcast, and I really do like listening to you guys. And like I said, you may only spend 20 minutes on the subject, and the rest of the hour is you guys fucking around and talking about existentialism.
Okay, but well, I was going to say that's Joel's fault, but yeah, the existentialism is my fault because I have a little bit of a struggle with it.
Fair enough, but it's not like I don't enjoy listening to it. I was listening to it while tattooing the other day. It's fun. It's a nice thing.
That's awesome.
You know, like jokes will be made and like, oh, it's the bros. You know, it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think you guys, I know this is going to be successful, and I know I'm just being a power bottom right now. But
you're a really good power bottom.
But yeah, this is a good show. And
You
I'm
did
so
our
happy.
first fan art, and I left it at the apartment.
Piece of shit.
Yeah,
It's
well,
going up on the wall, though.
yeah, it's definitely
Right
going
now,
up on
a
the
little
wall.
photo will show up like right here.
Yeah, we'll put
Of
it.
it. Yeah. We'll digitally.
It'll be right
enhance it.
here.
That okay?
There it is, our first fan art.
Considering the last episode, that better be a fucking whale's penis. The last,
The last episode, Coop was giving a lot of facts about the Loch Ness Monster and shit. And every time he was like, and we'll put the photo up of the original photo. And since I'm the editor, I just fucked with Coop. Every time he mentioned a photo, it was just a whale penis. Every time, the entire episode.
You see, guy, you can't fucking.
I loved it though.
You can't. It just. It's so good. It's so good.
I would have preferred if it at least was a different whale's penis every.
It was just the
single
same
time.
one.
Exact same
No,
one.
it's like when was it Paul Rudd goes on Conan to pitch a movie, and it's always that same clip from.
Exactly.
Mac
The
and
wheelchair.
me.
Yeah, Mac and me.
Yeah, it's just like that. Yeah.
Joel used that scene in a video that he cut for Governor Greg Abbott. When
Because he's in a wheelchair, you know.
Oh my god!
You haven't seen that? Yeah.
It's been a pretty long-running joke on the Drinking Bros Network that it's not Governor Abbott, it's Governor Wheelchair.
Governor Wheelchair. I'll show you the video after the show.
Oh,
It's pretty-
please do.
It's fucking
That
brilliant.
sounds gold.
Yeah, anybody who hasn't checked that video out, which I'm sure most of you have, but
Yeah,
go
it's
look it
on
up on Instagram.
Drinking Bros Instagram. Yeah.
It's pretty. I mean, it's offensive as fuck, but that's what we're all about here.
Yeah.
Samuel ruled the first Bulgarian Empire, which was founded in 680 AD after a portion of the nomadic Bulgars moved south into the Balkans. It spanned most of southeastern Europe, and at the height of its power, Bulgaria spread from the Danube Bend to the Black Sea, and from the Dnieper River to the Adriatic Sea. It was one of the only major powers competing against the Byzantines until the Ottomans came along and fucked everybody up.
Yeah, so Samuel was the man. He had some brothers, so him and his brothers basically held off the Romans. They were the only ones that could.
The Byzantines. I refuse to call them the Romans. I have respect for the real Roman Empire, which is the Western Roman Empire.
They still beat him in the end, but they did good. They were the only ones that could.
Well, was it the Byzantines or was it the Ottoman Empire that ended up causing him strife?
The Byzantines. The Ottomans came along.
Literally,
way
this guy.
later.
They wiped because I know they wiped out the Ottomans. Just fucking ruled shit.
Yeah.
That's way later though.
Yeah, they kept ruling shit until like World War One.
Yeah, man. Ottomans were bad.
This guy. How do you say his name? Basil II. Basil.
Basil. Basil. I have a feeling
The
it's
guy
Basil,
that he's
but
yelling about
Yeah.
is the one that actually
Shut up,
finishes off the Bulgarians, and him.
motherfucker.
It's gonna be tough, but not the way you think.
Well, it's time for you to channel Samuel once again.
This motherfucker. This motherfucker. I am defeated! And the feeling of defeat is too strong to bear! I will die soon. I've defended my lands, my castle, my precious castle, for my whole life! I fear they will be here soon. I can't bear the thought of watching my castle fall. I built this fucking place with my bare hands!
You sound like the Iron Sheik.
That's how I'm thinking. That's what we're trying to do.
No, it's fucking perfect.
He's the fucking best.
Yeah.
Dude. He says that word that we can't say on here. A lot. But I forgive him for it.
Hey, he came from a different time and a different country, and he was a wrestler.
He's got a lot of head injuries, a lot of fucking total injuries.
Yeah,
There's a great doco in the Iron Sheik.
I'd say that he has quite a few excuses to be the way that he was.
Yeah. God bless the Iron Sheik.
Rest in peace, Iron Sheik. Wait, is he dead?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
dead to me.
Yeah, so
I hope not. Don't put that evil out there in the world.
Samuel did actually build this castle. It is said the remains of an old castle lay beneath that may have been built thousands of years before, but Samuel's castle is bigger and way cooler, probably.
Look at my castle!
You can really
chicks over, we'll have a party!
so you can
Becoming Italian.
you can
He's Wario, remember?
It's a me, Samuel.
Fucking your Prince of Peach!
After I take down a Basil, I take down a Bowser.
It's a good thing the drinking games didn't just like anytime there's something culturally inappropriate or insensitive.
You drink.
Yeah, because
We'd be hammered.
yeah, we'd be so fucking hammered.
Samuel defended the castle from Byzantine attacks countless times. In his later years, he had been slowly pushed back by the Byzantine Emperor Basil the Bulgar Slayer. Basil's constant attacks forced the Bulgarians to fight mostly defensive battles, but they could never defeat Samuel at his fortress near Lake Ohrid. It was the perfect location, built on high ground with a commanding view of the surrounding terrain, and cliffs along one side forced the enemy to attack from only one direction. Samuel's fury was sweet, and he was a brilliant general.
That's right, my fury is sweet, motherfucker! I'm a fucking brilliant general! If these are my dying days, I feel
I must confess my sins. I've had many wives, but I've never loved any of them. I've had the boys too. It was fun, but I never loved them. Her name was Agatha. The only wife I ever loved. She was the only one that could take the whole thing without dying. My sweet Agatha.
So does that make Agatha a power bottom?
Most definitely.
Yeah, for sure. If she
I
was
would
on
think,
bottom.
I think she would have to be.
Yeah.
They called her the vacuum.
Samuel was considered invincible in power and unsurpassable in strength. Isn't it insurpassable? I don't know.
Nobody was stronger.
I've been thinking this whole time that I can definitely tell that Joel wrote the majority of this episode.
Because it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
It's got horrible grammar.
Hey, I know the shit I'm reading is choice. That's all that matters. That's what people are going to remember about this podcast.
Okay, you know what?
That dude who played Samuel was fucking dumb.
To be honest, the Samuel's dialogue is the only part that I didn't touch because I felt Joel did such a good job with it. All the stuff,
Aw, thank you, Coop.
the stuff that I'm reading, I had to. There's so many different changes of fonts in this. It's like,
That's different people in my head.
but I mean, well, no, I'm talking about like in the. I went through and fixed it. It was like in the middle of sentences, it would be a different font.
Is it a fucking
Really?
ransom note?
Because I was copying and pasting shit.
Yeah,
It's fucking ransom note.
the first time I got it, it was just a bunch of fucking letters cut out of a magazine, all pasted onto the paper. I had to type all this
Samuel's
shit
last
out.
last little bit is
think
like,
Give me the money in the dumpster by the tree.
I
I'll
think
be
it's
watching
easy
you.
to translate ancient something, whatever the fuck it is.
Make
Ancient
sure the
Bulgarian.
dumpster to follow.
This ain't easy.
I mean, at that point, you could have just. It's
Hey,
not that much easier to
found
cut
those.
everything out of a fucking magazine.
Let me see you find a letter and translate it.
you found the letter. That's fucking.
Yeah. Went
Well-
across the world for this.
Well, Joel, that's not my job here.
Yes, sir.
Word of his prowess spread across Bulgaria.
Well, I think you should start it over.
And my dick size.
His penis size spread across
You hear
Bulgaria.
that? It crippled donkeys. It's so big it has its own elbow. My dick is so big it has its own congressman.
It gets 2 electoral votes. Samuel was considered invincible in power and unsurpassable in strength. Word of his prowess spread across Bulgaria, even as far as Constantinople, where poet John Kyriots Geometries, however the fuck you pronounce that, and he was a Byzantine writer, wrote a poem about Samuel's strength.
He was a Byzantine, which means he was the enemy. But even he was writing poems about
So wait, is this actually...
This is true.
Okay, I was surprised because...
You can look it up. I found it.
Okay, well,
There's a writer that wrote a poem about him.
and this is the actual poem.
Of course.
As I watch the battle ensue, a monster comes anew. But a monster it is not. But a monster it is not. Outnumbered 10-1, it does not care. It kills, it kills, it kills. But a monster it is not. But a monster it is not. Its chest is huge. Its dick is huger. Okay,
Translation's hard.
I think I know. I
I
think
had to translate the poem.
I've met this poem. I have met this poet before.
I learned about this one in grammar school. Yeah. No, this is real.
Part of translation is you have to kind of fill in the blanks.
No, this and Mary Had a Little Lamb were the two things that I remember reciting the most
Yeah.
as a child.
Mary had a little lamb. Mary
It's-
would like some fat ham.
Its chest is huge. Its dick is huger. But a monster it is not. But a monster it is not.
Beautiful.
Note, Samuel was the youngest of the sons, but there is no evidence to support any of the following confession. Samuel?
I knew I stronger than my brothers. I knew the Byzantines were stronger than my brothers. They would be in charge, so I did what I had to do for my country. For Macedonia. I've carried this guilt my whole life. I never told anyone. No one ever found out. I knew if I did it all at once, I would be caught. So, I killed them, one at a time, over the course of 15 years. When I became Tsar, I put the hurt on the Byzantines. They stood no chance against me. That is, until Basil II. The coward, never willing to face me in a fight. Never willing to take me on one-on-one! What? What? What the? Whoa.
John, are you back?
Good.
Fucking mate, what the?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. What's going on?
You came to see you
Came?
Your eyes were back in your head.
That's what this
I mean,
I'm so engorged.
you seem to keep having these episodes.
Oh fuck! Where's my shirt? My shirt? Why am I? Boys, is it GHB?
You might want to check and see what's in that cup there.
Cheetos.
Christ.
Distilled 6 times, made in Austin. A wonderful vodka. Please sponsor us.
Yeah, Tito's.
Tito's, what's up?
Wait, fuck! I'm not supposed to be saying any of the names of the shit.
I'll bleep it.
Okay, you can bleep it out if you want, and unless you're paying us, you're not getting on the goddamn show.
You're not getting, hey, some random vodka that I think is all right. Thanks for getting me drunk and putting GHB in my drink.
Speaking of which, I think I'm gonna hit some of that for some of this unnamed potato alcohol.
Okay, so just I did some research on his brothers, and they were all older than him. He was the youngest of 4 brothers, and they did all mysteriously die. No one knows. Each one died
Sort of the same way that
over time.
Jeffrey Epstein mysteriously died, and John McAfee mysteriously
So
died.
if this letter is true, if this is a true confession, then he did. Then it's possible he did.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So what? You're saying this could be a faked letter? Like it could be doctored?
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, it's true. It could, yeah.
Or he could have been like in denial about what really happened. He didn't want people to think that his brothers were weak, so he said that he killed them. Not because they all got killed. They all died in battles and against the Byzantines.
Okay, Joel, I have to know, where did you get that poet's name?
It's an actual poet that wrote a poem about him. That's true.
Okay.
So
It actually is true.
So that'd be an interesting thing to look up this poem.
I couldn't find the actual poem, so I made my best educated guess of what the poem was.
Okay, well you'll have to bleep that part out because you're just totally ruining the you're ruining the facade.
Yes.
No, it's true though. There was poems being written by him by the Byzantines. He was famous.
You do know that huger isn't a word, right?
I did my best to transcribe. I don't know.
Huger used to be a word in Bulgaria?
Do you know different? It's
that's why I'm asking.
You can make up what you
Well,
think
no,
it is.
if you were the one that handled this transcription, that's why I'm asking. You obviously understand the source language that it came from.
You spent time with the people, predictably learning. Yeah, predictably learning the language,
the native language.
Yeah.
Teşekkürler, by the way.
How many times did you hear the word huger while you were there? I mean, in your defense,
The letter wasn't
probably
in
a
English,
lot, but
or the poem wasn't in English.
I mean, your dick is huger than anything else I've ever seen. I mean, yeah.
By the way, would you guys like to know how to say cheers in Istanbul,
Sure.
in Turkish?
Yes.
It is actually my favorite way of saying cheers that I've ever
Really?
heard in my life. Yeah. Şalafe.
Shalafe.
Shalafe. To Samuel.
To Samuel's big fucking cock. It's huger.
It's huge.
It's huger.
His huger
huger
cock.
than the normal ones.
Okay, now I'm actually hung up on this because its dick is huger. I'm assuming that I mean, that can't be proper grammar. I'm just wondering if
if it's proper grammar.
no, according to the sort.
He's saying that
Google
he has a
Translate?
giant chest. He saw this monster had a giant chest, and he looked down, and the dick was bigger than the chest.
Well, why don't you recite it to us in the native tongue?
It's too complicated for you to understand.
Okay.
Why don't you put it in verse?
I'm
and
not
sing
good
it?
at saying it out loud. I can just read it.
Oh, okay. You can read it, but you can't write it. Well, oh no, that's
I can't.
mean,
I can read it, but I can't pronounce it properly.
so you can read it, you can't pronounce it properly, and you can't write it. So it's pretty much
And my translations are awful
English.
too. That's why Huger's in there.
It's like your English skills.
Yeah, my English skills are just as bad as my whatever language that poem was in.
Fair. Absolutely fair.
Okay.
It's just as huge, but its dick is huger.
Samuel almost captured Basil II at the battle of the gates of. Joel, can you help me out with it? Is this Trajan or Trajan? I'm assuming Trajan. Trajan.
Yeah.
It's a silent. Or a J is pronounced.
All J's
as
are
H
H's. Yeah.
in that language. Basil had the nearby city of Sofia under siege, but was suffering too many casualties and decided to retreat. Samuel had planned for this and laid an ambush on the most likely avenue of retreat. Showing no mercy, Samuel slaughtered the entire Byzantine army, but somehow Basil was able to escape. This started a feud that would last for the rest of his life.
You son of a bitch! The Byzantines are soft, but their armor is strong. I thought we could take them and meet them head on. No more defending ourselves from my fortress. I wanted to push them out of here. Like Archer is mine. There were so many of them. I was killing 10 at a time. But for what? I just couldn't keep up. All of my men were falling.
Sorry.
Ordering a retreat was the hardest thing I've ever done. Besides killing my brothers.
John,
Johnny, you back with us?
you're back?
Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, drink your
Yeah,
your water juice. Drink your water juice, you'll be okay.
I'm fine. For the rest of the episode, I am Samuel.
Holy shit. Where does John stop and Samuel begin?
Can't tell. You might be a descendant.
Only God knows. You know who got this?
No.
Samuel.
The Battle of Cladion
Cleon.
was Samuel's final battle. He was considered a vicious creature on the battlefield
Vicious.
and in the sack.
I spelled the alphabet.
I shot the alphabet. To this day, he is a hero of Bulgaria and Macedonia. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Here we go.
They sent prisoners of war to my castle walls. My own men. Better cut out their fucking eyes! All of them. Their eyes. They're gone. They cry, but they shed no tears.
Jesus Christ. He's dead.
I mean, That reaction seems true to life because from what you were telling me, Joel, Basil just
he
straight
died
up
of a heart attack.
fucking died after that battle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Shortly
so
after.
you made sure that I didn't.
Let me tell you the battle.
Full disclosure, I went through and I read through what you had
John
written.
is on the ground trying to get his shirt on.
What is a Samuel?
No, that's Samuel.
Samuel is alive.
No, you died of a heart attack. Give us John back.
Oh, fuck my heart.
You died of a heart attack.
Yeah, that's right.
Where's John?
It's here. I'm here.
Okay, there he is.
Hey, baby, got a shirt on. That's how you know. That's how you know at home.
If the shirt's on, it's John. If the shirt's off, it's
Samuel.
fucking Samuel.
If the nip's out, Samuel shouts.
So I went through. I read everything that you wrote. I fixed all of the spelling and grammatical errors. I switched it from being written in crayon to actually being typed out.
Hoity-toity.
Oh, I can write.
Look at your grammatical errors.
Good at grammar.
Well, I do have to say
pet.
that I am a professional writer. I write for 3 podcasts that make money, 2 of which make a lot of money.
Fuck. You know, when he brought money up, it just became a thing, didn't it?
That makes me a professional, technically.
It's true. That's
by definition.
Yeah.
No, yep,
Well,
true,
you're right
that is-
then. You're right.
Yep. Yep.
So, speaking from my high horse,
Wait, technically, this show makes money now,
yeah.
and I wrote this episode.
Therefore,
Therefore, what am I?
ergo.
I would say a ghostwriter because I had to go through and fix so much of the shit. No, it was a.
No, you're my ghostwriter because you fixed all my mistakes.
All right, true.
Yeah.
We will let the audience decide who writes the better episodes.
I don't know. The
You
cabin
against each
boy
other.
got a lot of spice.
That was
Who wrote that?
That was a segment.
But who wrote that?
That was you that. No, it was the cabin boy that wrote that.
Who
Joel.
found that? I mean,
Who found that? That was you. Who wrote
I
it?
only transcribed it. I'm not a writer.
That was the
I'm
cabin
a
boy.
transcriber.
Yeah, you're ruining your own illusion
Fucking
right now.
blowing it right now, big time.
Digging my own hole.
The
There
cabin
I
boy
fucking
wrote
go into the grave because I misbehave.
Okay,
I'm
let me
just
tell you
a
about this
knave.
battle.
Yes, let's hear.
Okay,
about
well,
that.
I was going to say, I
So
I
this is
went
the
through
most
and
exciting part for me because this is the toughest guy that I know.
With the biggest cock.
Yeah, he was huge. He was a beast. He fought in the
Lane
battles. The whole world loved him,
Killing
even his
women.
enemies,
Killing with my pipe.
well, except Basil,
except Basil,
Basil,
whatever his name is.
Asshole.
Basshole.
So
So what happened in the Battle of Cladion?
yeah. It was a major defeat for Samuel. He had to retreat.
Motherfucker.
But what was cool, though, I thought you would like this, is that in Samuel's tactics were similar to Caesar's. Like he was building forts, building walls, strategically to help support winning battles.
Was this at the same time as Caesar? Do you think maybe like he?
No, this is way later.
Yeah, quite
way
a while
later.
later.
Okay,
'cause
so
this happened in
knowledge had been coming down.
This happened in like the when he died in 1010, right?
Yeah.
So this is like around 1000 AD. Caesar died in
69.
69 BC.
That's how old I am. You out, you eat.
I'm an asshole then.
Hey. Nothing wrong with that.
So I don't know. I mean, aside from bad breath, I haven't found any problems with it.
Yeah. Square my
So this is about, I mean, just a little over 1,000 years after the death of Caesar. Spoiler alert for those who didn't know that Caesar was stabbed to death by a Oh, Jesus Christ, here comes Samuel again.
Caesar, my friend! No!
I do have to say, I would imagine that the tactics were influenced by, because I mean, they were up against the Eastern Roman Empire, the shitty Roman Empire. Mm-hmm. All of it's going to be influenced by the
Had
original
Bulgaria
Roman
been
Empire.
fighting the Romans probably for a long time before this too, right?
No,
Because one thing I thought was interesting is that it was just Samuel and his brothers that were the only ones that stood a chance against
Well, I
the
mean,
Byzantines.
portions of them, but the original Bulgars were a nomadic people from the north. They were from like the Balkans or something like that. So they would have been, I mean, like just outside of the original Roman Empire, like talking about Caesar's time, because
They're like to the east of like Italy and shit. But a little north of
far
Greece-ish.
northeast. They're pretty much close to Russia.
But they had a lot of they took over a lot south too. Like if you look at the Bulgarian Empire,
the
it's
Bulgars,
like down.
yeah,
right
the Bulgars
down.
did. The Bulgars started off as a like they were nomads from the Balkans.
Bulgarians.
They a portion of them traveled south and took over the area that became Bulgaria.
Yeah.
And ultimately were taken over by the Byzantines, which the Byzantines were the Eastern Roman Empire.
Right.
But the Bulgars themselves wouldn't have been, from what I know, the Bulgars themselves wouldn't have been fighting the Romans, like the Roman Empire before that until
So
they
Samuel
moved
might
south.
have come up with those tricks on his own because he also built his own castle.
With my bare fucking hands. Pussies.
Yeah, I would
knows?
imagine that.
I know you fucking Dicaprio.
I think you really enjoyed playing this character.
What character is me?
I can't even talk.
Shalafe, you cunt.
I would think
Oh yeah,
that,
Shalafe. Majide. That's Japanese. Cheers.
Kimpai.
Okay, that's
That's a drinking game.
racist.
I'm just taking it from the.
Yeah,
Sake.
it was just racist, so we should
He's
drink.
just racist, so he's just racist. So drinking game, take a shot.
Oh yeah, if you're still playing the drinking game from the Yasuke episode,
Never stop.
Take a drink.
Never fucking stop.
yeah, you should probably be just as drunk as all
You
of
can
us
go
are.
your own. No, come on. I wasn't racist.
Oh, now you're fucking culturally appropriating Fleetwood Mac.
Was he racist?
Oh yeah, they were all just sniffing cokes off each other's dicks. and-
That's not racist.
Mick Fleetwood.
No, he wasn't. No, they were just all like very.
Open.
God bless him for it, eh?
Addicted to coke.
Yeah, they love the cocaine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that white.
Oh yeah.
You can't culture appropriate that white,
I mean,
white,
isn't that
white.
what they're talking about with the snow-covered hill?
Is that
just a-
right?
I would think so. They were all doing a
What else are they
shitload of
talking
coke.
about? Snow?
That's amazing. Well, you know what? Maybe it's coke on the titty.
That's hot.
I'm
So-
no, I've never done coke, but
So that song is about Mick Fleetwood snorting lines of coke off of.
Mount Rushmore.
I'm not even going to contradict
beard
that.
off of Abe Lincoln's beard.
Beautiful stuff. Great show. Great show, you guys.
Great.
show. It's falling apart all around us right now.
You know,
We're almost done.
hey, falling apart at the seams. So what does it mean? What does it say about me that you just may be the fucking team of my dreams?
Anyway,
Samuel was.
so Samuel's super upset because some people came back home and their eyeballs were cut out.
They're fucking eyes.
All right, well,
My
no,
heart.
you haven't.
Well, yeah, I'm going to
You haven't
explain.
explained that part yet.
Yeah, well, that
Okay,
was
so-
said. Why that happened, I'll explain to you. It was at this battle. It was kind of the same as the Battle of Sofia, where Basil retreated, got flanked, and got slaughtered. Instead, this time it was Samuel that got flanked, and he retreated with only maybe a couple hundred guys. That's my guess. And he probably assumed that his whole army was killed, which was about 15,000 soldiers as revenge, right? Because he already did it to Basil.
Yeah, he did
Pour
that to.
some out for the homies. Pour it out. Pour it out in my throat. Not on the desk. That's bad juju, bad form.
We do
But-
not waste vodka around
So
here.
it was like 2 months later after that battle. When I first did the research on this, they didn't say how many people or anything. And so when I was first, I thought it was like, 10 guys or 5 dudes come back without their eyes. And he's like, fuck, and has a heart attack. But he's way too tough for that. So I was like, that can't be how he dies.
That's the right way.
So I dug a little deeper, and it was 15,000 men. that
50
this-
fucking. What?
You don't remember this, Samuel?
Fuck!
You had a
it's
heart
coming
attack.
back to me now! Oh no, my men! My bros! My bros are blind! You can't see my massive dick anymore. The sun glistening off my massive, veiny, throbbing cock. You poor me and my men. Oh no.
Let me just tell you what he did. He actually did. He cut out all 15,000 men's eyes and then sent them back to Samuel's fortress.
Basil number 2.
Yeah, that's how he got the name, the Bulgar, whatever it is. The Bulgar
Bitch?
Slayer or something?
Slayer, but that's not slaying.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called. What's his title?
The Bulgar Slayer, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the Bulgar Mutilator.
Yeah.
Well, they're basically useless. I mean, who?
Wow. So you wait. Let's just put this out there. You
At
just
the
said
time, at the
blind.
time.
Okay,
backtracking.
now you're walking it back.
I wasn't
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
You cut me off.
I did fucking. Oh, you were gonna say at the time? I cut you off because you said at the time.
And I assume everyone
blind
knows
people
what
were
time period
useless.
It is.
At the time, not now. Blind people can do all the sorts of things.
Okay, keep digging
John
your grave,
Devilman,
Joel.
Please, no, yeah, please,
let
no.
me speak.
Yeah, speak yourself into that grave. Into the grave where I put my 15,000 men.
He stabs the eyes out of 15,000 men and sends them back to the castle.
Uh-huh.
And that's what gave him the heart attack when he saw them all marching up. But what I thought was super fucked up, or just it's creative and it's fucked up.
So this is back to the castle that you were hanging out in.
Yeah,
in Macedonia, right?
Yeah, this is where I was. Yeah, so you could imagine. You sit there and imagine this while you're there. It feels like you could smell them. They're rotting eyeballs.
Oh, yeah. Some of them probably had gangrene.
They were far away from.
I mean, they probably
battle,
all smelled like shit because.
How long did they have to march?
Like weeks, maybe longer. It took 2 months. It was 2 months since the battle before they showed up. And here's what he did. This is the fucked up part. Basil or whatever the fuck you want to call him. Every 100 men, he cut out only one eye, so they could figure out how to get home.
So they could lead the rest.
Yeah. So 1 out of every 100 had one eye cut out instead of 2.
Out of 15,000.
And he did it, and all 15,000 had their eyes cut out.
So there's
and then sent home.
What? That's 150 one-eyed men leading everybody. I mean, that would have been like the most morbid fucking conga line I've ever seen.
Yeah, but
And I've seen some fucked up conga lines.
Yeah, and so apparently they showed up, and Samuel, this super tough fucking badass guy,
on spring break.
saw this, and they just and he had a heart attack. He saw them, and it killed him. But I think that he saw them.
Well,
and
like
was
right away.
Well, it took 2 days. That's why I have this theory where he killed them, like out of mercy, like a mercy killing thing. And that, like, having to go how long did it take to kill 15,000 men? Maybe he let the ones with one eye live.
Yeah,
probably. But just imagine having to do that. Well, in my research that I spent 3 hours doing, I couldn't find anything about what happened to the troops. I searched around for it. I dug around for like 10 minutes, and I couldn't find anything about what happened to this.
So
obviously nobody knows.
Your research is so thorough about my men. Thank you for digging so deep.
But yeah, he killed his
like
brothers
my
for
cock
sure, and I think
goes.
he killed all those 15,000 men. Well, you were there. What happened?
Well, you see, my men are strong, powerful warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And they are sent back to me without the ability to see. To them, their lives are already over, but they want to come back to me like a patriarch. And I show them mercy. I kill them.
And by to them, their lives are over. That means to you, right?
I only show them the mercy they want deep down in their soul. It was the hardest thing I had to do since killing my brother. And it was such a toll on me personally that 2 days later, my heart fails me. Because these people, they are my heart.
Another one. He came back to us, and now he's having another heart attack.
A second fucking heart attack. This is really an episode that anybody who's just listening to the audio, you really, really need to go to the Drinkin' Bros History YouTube channel
Yeah.
to see this, because this is not something that can just be enjoyed orally.
Come on, Predator handshake.
That's not how it goes. It's like this.
All right, fucking, what are you missing me?
No, it's in the
where'd you
hands.
No, they didn't
go.
grab the
Come on.
forearms.
No.
They-
I know.
And
I'm
it's
trying
like
for it.
muscle.
I was drunk. I fucked that. Ready? Come on.
You son of a bitch.
No, I'm not. No,
No, I'm Arnold.
I'm
you're-
Dutch.
I'm more white than you.
Fuck, you're right. Yeah, son of a bitch. No. All right, we'll see who's
on.
Arnold.
Okay, let's see who can
We'll
do
see.
the
Hey,
better
this is a
accent.
test who's Arnold.
Continuation of the Yasuke drinking game. Drink.
Wait, maybe I... Come on, don't bullshit me. What's the matter? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils?
No, fucking, let's Predator. Come on. All right.
Never knew when to quit, huh?
Okay, going by the voice, Joel, you're Arnold. Going by the biceps,
You're Arnold.
yeah,
We're both
yeah,
Arnold.
John's Arnold.
Samuel.
So we're both Arnold.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god. This is all I ever wanted.
You just realize that we just culturally appropriated that scene. We just whitewashed that scene.
Oh, don't. I'm
Shit.
Mexican.
Me too.
Oh.
We Mexican the scene.
Yeah.
No, but we both turned into Arnold.
is it-
We ostracized the scene.
Yeah.
No, you just brought all of the races together.
Come on.
So you really think that Samuel executed all
I don't
the-
know if he did.
I
But
mean,
there's a chance.
It makes
'cause
sense if he did, though, right?
There's nothing on Wikipedia that says anything about the troops afterwards.
Let's be honest. What would you do? You're already like in what seems like a constant war.
And you're on the losing side. You're always on defense.
What would you do? You just got
15,000
fif-
fucking blind men.
Just showed up at your door.
Okay, well, picture it this way. You're not even in a war, but you are the leader of a country that all of a sudden has 15,000 disabled people come to it. They don't have welfare back then. They don't have good medicine.
Well, also, the populations weren't that big back then. That was like their whole country
Yeah.
of
you're-
males.
I mean, that's going to be
Like the largest population that the Byzantines got was like up to 1 million by the end.
Well, I tell you this.
What did you do, Samuel?
Some
Samuel,
Some-
please tell us.
of these people, they still have the one eye. And I can tell you from fact, it only takes one eye to fuck. My one-eyed monster does not quit.
I hope that it took 2 days to get each one laid before he killed them. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
I mean,
Give
that's
them a little loving before they go.
but I mean, that's
Let the
still
one eyes live.
still a waste of resources.
Back
Back then, you can't waste resources. Yeah, if
I was
you-
having I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you probably have somewhere better to go than me.
Well, no. You're talking about the waste of resources.
Yes,
What would you do with 15,000 blind men
back then,
back then?
kill them.
Seems fair.
I mean, it's more.
Seems fair.
It's
I found it interesting that there was nothing written about what happened to them. It was just like his men showed up, they were all blind,
and then he dies of
and
a
then
heart
he
attack
dies of
2
a heart
days
attack.
later.
And then it just goes on to the next parts of history.
So I don't. This would be not to say you've lacked on your research, but this would be something.
never.
I'll say that.
Never at all. This would be something else interesting to delve into. How the disabled, especially blind people, were regarded to at that time.
Oh, I've seen Robin Hood.
Right. See, they
He
gave
was-
money just for being blind.
No. Remember
Blinken.
and the one with Kevin Costner. He's got his.
Oh, I was thinking of
they
Robin
cut out
Hood
his
Men in
eyes,
Tights.
but then he still
yeah.
takes care of them.
Yeah, he knew kung fu and shit, right? That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that was the other one.
No, that
That's
was
Men in Tights.
that was Dave Chappelle.
That was also I fucking don't know. There's some blind ninja. Anyway, but
Beverly Hills Ninja when he has the blindfold on.
cool.
That was cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was real cool. But there is there's a movie that
Beverly
I
Hills
just got
Ninja.
an audition for.
Beverly Hills Ninja 2.
Yes. And
It's about time somebody replaces Chris Farley because
Yeah.
he was a national treasure and somebody needs to take his place.
no one can take his place. Let's be honest, Kate.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
You can't replace anybody. You can just create a new position for him that's somewhat lateral.
What's your favorite Chris Farley movie?
You know what? It was Tommy Boy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's the best.
It is. The part where he takes the fucking car door off and then
What'd
he
you
puts
do?
it back on. What did you do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
there's nothing
my
better.
dude, that is. Or he catches David Spade jacking off.
Yep.
So, oh my god.
No joke. Just the other night, Joel was keeping me awake to tell me about the part in Tommy Boy
About the door. Yeah.
about the door.
It's the
But only because I got to watch the movie with someone who'd never seen it. And it was
that
their
is
first
always
time.
the best.
Their
When you
first
watch-
time watching it, and she literally started crying, laughing at that part.
You
with the
watch
door.
the person
God bless
more than you
relevant.
watch the movie.
God bless Eastern
You're like-
European countries.
Oh yeah, right. Fucking love
So
them.
little access to culture. It's okay. I said it, not you. Oh yeah, drink.
drink.
But what I was going to say
Stand
is,
by it.
in this script,
Drink.
Drink.
it is a fucking another drink already.
No,
has
that
some
was
culture,
that was
Coop.
just for me.
Okay.
American culture is
In
world
the
culture.
script that I got, it's a Civil War. I know you guys can't say too much about certain things. It's a Will Smith project, so you can all cut this out. This is just a conversation we're having.
Oh yeah, we don't
Independence Day. Yeah.
we don't talk about black people here.
Yeah, good. Thank God. because that's my family, and I don't want them kicking my ass when I get home. So
Welcome to Earth.
Will Smith.
Earth.
Earth. Yeah.
My God.
Welcome to Earth.
I feel
Drink.
obligated. Yeah.
No, that's honestly I think that's one of the greatest one-liners in film history.
Better than I'll be back.
No. That's
He said one of the.
yeah.
Okay,
one of
all right,
the-
all right,
'cause
all right.
I think I'll be back is probably the greatest one-liner.
Yeah. Yeah. Or Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers. That might be one of the.
I'm also thinking that
Or it's
a lot
Turbo
of
Time.
a lot of
It's
stuff
Turbo
from
Time.
Army of Darkness is pretty good.
Oh yeah, shit.
There's so many good. ones
Army
from
of Darkness has all the best one-liners. Hail to the King, baby.
Yeah, Hail to the King, baby. I'm all out of bubblegum. No, that was actually.
Oh,
They
that
Live.
was
They Live.
They Live, yeah.
They Live has some good ones.
Actually, that might be
There's some good ones in old Pork Chop Express, Big Trouble in Little China.
I actually think that They Live might have the best one-liner of all time.
What's that?
I came here to kick ass and chew
bubble
bubble
gum,
gum,
and I'm all out of bubble
and I'm
gum.
all out of bubble gum.
Yep.
Or I'm all out of gum.
What about?
Didn't he?
Go ahead, make my day.
Ooh, that's a very good one.
Or do I?
It's
You have
good,
to ask
but
yourself one thing.
You feel lucky, Paul.
Do I feel lucky?
do I feel lucky?
Well, do you?
It's good, but
I think Go Ahead, Make My Day might be the best. Even a little more than I'll Be Back.
I feel like
Because the bubblegum
me
line is
personally-
cool, but it's way too long. It's not a one-liner. It's a one sentence.
no. I think
Well, so
that's,
is the
that's
Go Ahead.
Time to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. That's like fucking, it's way too long to be a one-liner.
But it's
a
so
cool
much-
sentence.
it's so
it's
much
the
more-
coolest sentence.
It's so much more clever.
not
Than,
a
well,
one-liner.
also that's. I mean that. Pretty sure that is still a
That's
single
two-liner.
sentence.
Yeah, it is.
It's a two-liner.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
also
maybe
it's also like
there's a comma
well,
in
it,
there.
it also reminds
Maybe a
me of
semicolon.
is it Megadeth
probably
where they
a
go
period.
killing's my business and business is good.
Jesus
That's a
Christ,
good one.
Megadeth. How many how many song titles do they have that have a fucking ellipses in them? Like 50%.
You know what? Just because they're fucking literate, don't bag on them. All right, fucking come on, Coop. We
the
just
grammar
had
Nazi.
Joel writing this episode.
Okay. At some point, these episodes always go off the rails, but I'm enjoying it right now. Okay, respect to Dave Mustaine for being a talented guitarist
Super
and
talented.
having such a big ego that he got kicked out of Metallica.
Yeah,
But holy shit, Megadeth is one of the most try-hard fucking bands I've ever heard.
you know,
they
I've
have
been
some.
a fan.
They have some. They have some good guitar riffs.
Yeah,
Dave Mustaine is a horrible fucking vocalist.
Hmm.
I mean, he just. Oh God.
someone actually at karaoke last night sang peace sells, but who's buying?
Another song with an ellipses.
Yeah.
Because damn near every one of their
And,
fucking
hey,
songs has an ellipses in it.
The track, the bass, the fucking it's fucking great. But yeah, I don't care about the lyrics or any of the singing.
Yeah, because Dave Mustaine should have just been a guitarist.
Do you guys
He's
not care
a
at all
fucking
about
frontman.
15,000 men losing their eyes? What's going on here?
Dude, that was like 1,000 years ago. I mean, they're dead. We're not going to bring them back.
You know what? Fuck them. If they were like
me, they would have fought their way out with their fucking massive dicks.
They should have died. ...
But who's buying?
Okay, will you just wrap this up and read the rest of this? A couple things.
All right. Well, I thought that we were actually having a good conversation right there, but okay, I'll go ahead and...
Megadeth all night. Ooh.
all right.
Let's talk about movies all night. Ooh.
I wasn't talking about movies either.
No, I'm talking about every other fucking
You know,
episode
it's my one fucking episode. All right, you
You're
have to be
ruining
such
this
a
for John.
fucking buzzkill.
Megadeth and movies. Ooh. Ouchie.
Samuel Tzar died from a heart attack only 2 months after the Battle of Cleidon. It is said that the sight of his mutilated soldiers was too much for him to bear.
Couldn't take it.
After his death, his successors failed to defend Bulgaria from the Byzantines, ending a 5-decade-long conflict between the Byzantine and the Bulgarians.
I thought that was interesting. It was only Samuel that held him off. As soon as he died, they lost.
Have you seen the size of my dick?
They were afraid of it.
Would you not be?
No,
Are you not entertained?
me personally, no, but I can imagine most people would be. Basil conquered Bulgaria until there was nothing left to conquer. He died in Constantinople around the age of 70. Fucking Basil.
He made it to the end. Bastard.
He is buried in the Church of St. John, the theologian, in Constantinople.
I think I went to that church.
I hope you spit on his fucking grave.
I didn't know at the time that Basil was.
You know
in
what?
there.
I'll be back. I think I'm going in a month.
Yeah, we'll find out which church it is.
Yeah,
I think
tell me,
I went to that
in
church.
a month and a half because I think I'm flying out there. No bullshit. I'm fucking serious.
You'll spit on his grave for
Fuck
Samuel?
yes, I will.
Okay.
Dude, and
We'll find out where it is.
Dude, I'll like Goku punch through the fucking crypt. Yo, and they've got kids.
Kamehameha
AKs.
that fucker.
They got.
They
kids
didn't
with
give him a
AKs.
cool thing. He got buried like in a grave.
Like a bitch.
Like who should have been buried.
He's probably in the catacomb somewhere in the church, so you might have to find a way in.
Wait, Basil did?
Yeah, well, as far as I could tell.
Asshole.
The fucking Basil.
Basshole.
He didn't get a sarcophagus or anything cool like Samuel did.
He got a sarcophagus.
In the face.
In the fucking mouth. The
If
fucking.
he would have fought me one-on-one, I would have hit him in the face with my pee-pee.
This episode's a shit show, right?
Come on, baby.
Never have
I mean,
ever.
most of-
Fuck me.
Never have a guest.
Come on, Koopy. You think this is a shit show? Come over here and fuck me.
Well, no, because I'm just thinking about the amount of time that you're going to have to spend. This has been,
Fuck me.
this has been so much fucking fun, but the amount of time that you're going to have to spend cutting this together into something that's coherent. Basil was buried.
Yeah. Oh, peso.
This is your episode, Joel.
I'll. Shalafe.
Cheers.
Shalafe?
Shalafe.
Shalafe. Oh, fuck. I just remembered that I gotta close out the goddamn episode. I gotta remember all the shit to say.
Coop, you have a beautiful voice. Coop.
Joel, can we have John on every episode?
He's a good motivational
Yeah.
speaker.
Can I get
Seriously.
$150? I'll fucking do it.
Yeah,
Coop,
maybe.
you-
What about $50?
Hey, I'm there.
Yeah, 150 would be about half of what we're making per episode at this point.
You can do this. Coop, you can do this.
All right.
I have the utmost faith in you. Look, I've given it 30%. You give it 40%. This will fucking be okay. And then we'll go get a fucking karaoke bar and you can watch me butcher some fucking Fleetwood Mac. And we'll talk about how we snort fucking coke off some beautiful woman's titties. On the song. That's what it's about, right?
Mount Rushmore.
Fucking Mount Rushmore, fucking motherfucker.
So every woman that you see just fucks you on sight, right? Because I
am a virgin, sir.
okay. Sorry if you're trying to hide
Not
anything
just
from your
women.
family, but Jesus Christ, you're charming. I don't even swing that way, but holy shit.
Oh, baby.
You'd fuck.
Well, we're going
Devilman?
out.
You're gonna fuck Devilman tonight.
Oh no,
don't-
I obviously
no,
wouldn't.
no.
I wouldn't be.
I
wouldn't be on the giving end in that situation.
Oh, sweetie.
Wow, he's got
But
long hair. If you took him from the back,
We are.
he is a power bottom.
I'm fluid. It goes everywhere. But anyway, we are definitely going out after this
Okay.
to have libations, and because this, we can drink at the house, and then we'll go there, and they know me at this place. I'm a bit of a celebrity. That's a lie. They just happen to see me twice and remember me.
But you're memorable.
Bless your heart. We'll go there. I'll sing 2 songs. We'll have a great time. And it will make me. This has fucking been an amazing day for me. This is great, Joel.
I've been having fun.
Fucking love
too.
you, dude.
I love you too, John Devilman.
All right, let's wrap this up so we can go out and do something.
Okay.
Basil is buried in the Church of St. John, the theologian, in Constantinople, now known as Istanbul, and I am going to repeat a joke that was already stolen from me at the beginning of the episode. Why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks.
Stinky and loaded with danger.
Samuel was buried in Agios Achilleos, Greece. 4 years later, his son joined him after being defeated by the Byzantines. No! Their grave sites can still be visited to this day, and Samuel's fortress still stands, looking over Lake Ohrid, protecting its people, protecting Macedonia. A constant reminder of Samuel's massive body and legendary phallus. Contemporary examinations of Samuel's skeleton revealed a one-of-a-kind mutation. He is the only human to possess a baculum, also known as a penile bone. This particular penile bone,
Wait, will you repeat that last sentence, please?
I actually, because of what you wrote,
You must.
You helped.
I looked into it.
I think snot just came out of my mouth. Fuck. Mama!
Samuel's the best.
Contemporary examination. We can do this.
Yeah, okay, focus.
Final stretch.
You let me feel my feelings.
Final stretch.
Oh.
Contemporary examination of Samuel's skeleton
Okay.
revealed a one-of-a-kind mutation.
Oh. A mutation.
He is the only human to possess a baculum,
Baculum, you say?
also known as a penile bone.
What?
This particular penile bone is the size of the average adult male's femur.
No
Fact.
fucking way.
It's a fact.
Oh my god, what's the name again? I fucking forgot a name in this.
Agatha. Agatha, rest in peace. We know exactly what killed you.
Agatha?
No, she was the only one that didn't get killed.
Oh, no.
Agatha probably
she
rests
did die, though.
in 2
Long-term,
Long-
rest in 2 pieces.
It was the infection because her vagina and her butthole became one. Also known as a vaginal.
A basshole. Samuel.
He's a good man.
Samuel, you did,
Tzar.
You did well. Tzar.
Yeah.
Rah, Samuel. Penis hanger fucking well.
Tzar.
Tzar. What the fuck? I don't know what you're doing.
What's his last name?
His name is Samuel Tzar?
Yeah. Well, it's a name given when you're
Tsar
emperor.
was his title,
Yeah, Tzar is his title.
which comes from Kaiser,
Which
going back
to
Julius Caesar. Well,
the proper
Julius
way to
Caesar,
pronounce it was no, it was Keys.
Caesar.
Kesar or something weird.
I know, Gigi. I know that you're going to be watching this. You will either be watching this or listening to this, and I know that you will once again correct us on the pronunciation.
Yeah, is it Samuel Tzar or what?
Well, this pronunciation would be Tzar. It's Tzar.
Can I also just say,
yes.
This is the third time that you have mentioned your listeners by name. You seem to have God, and I'm just blowing smoke up your fucking asses again because I want you to get the bar tab.
Yeah, come on.
But look, like I love that you boys are, your fucking listeners so well that you'll know when they're gonna call you on your bullshit, and when
because they do a good job of it.
But oh my God, the level of commitment. And I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. I'm like really impressed by that shit. Fucking good on you boys.
Thank you.
Hey, and you know what? You fucking... Where the fuck? You people?
There too?
Yeah, everywhere. Man, you know you love these guys. I love these guys. That's why I'm here. But fucking give them props.
I mean, honestly, we've talked about it on the show. We talk about it in the premieres quite a bit. The fact that we have anybody that gives a shit about anything that we do
It's mind-blowing.
is really fucking awesome. Like Jake, Avery, Scott,
Ruben,
the Honorable Dirtbag,
Gigi.
Ruben, Gigi, Wyatt, Adam. I mean, there's a whole lot of people.
What's his name that came and saw us with the White Claw, brought us White Claw?
Itamashi.
Itamashi was the one that you did the...
Yeah, we did
the show
did
for
an
us.
episode for him.
Yeah.
that was a great
He
episode.
actually came and visited us here in the
he
studio.
brought us a case of White Claw. Gigi
White
sent
Claw.
us
She
very
gave us
nice
a fancy
bottle of
whiskey that I drank all of.
I had a little bit of it, but yeah, the bottle didn't last very long. But seriously, the people that we have listening to the show are so fucking amazing.
They're so cool to us. They're like friends. They're not...
Yeah,
They feel like friends.
I try to make a point of not saying fans because fans, it creates like a separation,
a disconnect.
Like,
I get that.
Yeah, like we're
Yeah,
we're
like
above
a
them.
little disconnect, like the distance between your balls and your asshole. That's
Well, no,
the
that's-
difference.
that's
the fans are the balls, and then the people that listen are like a
that's the
little
spacer.
a little butthole. Yeah.
But the amount of
There's a difference there.
So the fans are like a little
yeah,
butthole.
the fans are like the fans are like the behind the balls, and the friends, the real friends are like the butthole.
show some goddamn respect.
I love them. Hello.
Okay, thank you because
I love them too. They already know.
Seriously, it's. I mean, I think it's fucking amazing that anybody even gives a shit what the fuck we do.
I don't even understand how that's possible.
Me either.
I do,
But-
because I'm on the outside looking in. And I'm just here to let you know, once again, for the third time, you guys got something. It's the chemistry, it's the bromance. You guys are fucking doing a good job. And I like the podcast.
I think he wants to fuck us.
I think he's going to.
Me too.
All right, that's it for this episode of the Iconoblast podcast. You can join us next week where we are either going to be talking about John McAfee or UFOs.
UFOs, make it UFOs. That's the best.
All right.
Dude, it's been an honor to have you on the show.
Fucking
It was
kidding
cool.
me?
It was good to see you too. It's been a long time.
Yeah, John,
Been a
thank you
long
so much
time.
for coming on. This has been a really fucking good time.
Yeah,
And,
I think this is an awesome show.
Hey, by the way, I've got a comic called Werewolf Tarantula Frankenstein on Webtoon that you can look at. I am trying to push my cartoon, Monsters of Rock. You can find that on Instagram at Monsters of Rock Cartoon. I've got another cartoon called Orklahoma. If you imagine a D&D Western theme with an orc who accidentally comes into a town and becomes a sheriff, that's a great thing. I've got
a Patreon.
Yeah, I've got
active one.
Yeah, I got a Patreon.
Pitch the Patreon.
Yeah, push the Patreon.
My Patreon's John Devilman. If you join the Patreon, you're allowed to make art. There's no
But they get to see the art you're making. They get to see the progress.
Actually,
of the
I
comic
do
books
share
and shit.
some. I do share some of the scripts for some of the projects that I'm making beforehand. So if you do join the Patreon, I share the scripts.
Well, the thing is, if you want John Devilman to continue making the art that he makes, subscribe to his Patreon. That's going to support him so we can continue doing what he's doing. All right, so you can follow us on Instagram at Iconoblast Podcast. You can follow me at Coop Nukem. You can follow Joel at Joel Art Benner. Definitely subscribe to the Drinking Bros History YouTube channel if you are listening to us on iTunes, Spotify, anything like that. Like, rate, subscribe,
Please.
all that shit. It just helps us stay on the charts so we can keep making the show, and it makes the network happy. John, what do you
Want to take us out? You gonna close us out for us?
I just want to personally thank all of you for tuning in to the Iconoblast, starring Coop and Joel. Two hunky men who know what the fuck they're talking about and do lots of research on the topics they discuss.
Especially this episode.
Especially this episode.
3 hours.
I apologize wholeheartedly for being a part of this and ruining your experience, but
You were a good Samuel.
I hope so.
An amazing Samuel.
I appreciate it. You know what? Fuck it. I had a whole fucking thing and I can't do it now. I've been
Come on,
interrupted
you can do
twice.
it.
I've been interrupted twice.
That's
I've got to
part of
start
the
over.
show.
I gotta.
You want us to shut the fuck up?
Okay.
All right, we'll shut up. Quiet on the set. Rolling and action.
Hi, this is John Devilman. I just want to let you know that I appreciate you listening to the Iconoblast podcast with Coop and Joel. Two motherfuckers who know what the fuck they're talking about because they do heaps of research that are way beyond what normal people would do. They're so great and awesome and wonderful, and I'm drunk. So listen to them all the time, you dumb pieces of shit.
All right, that's it for this episode of the Iconoblast podcast. My name is Matt Cooper.
Joel Benner.
John
And I'm
Devilman,
John Devilman.
reminding you to never take anything at face value.